YouTube, Tutu UK, Tales from the Booter. Welcome back, gang. Quite a short one today, as you can probably see from the time. Not a great deal doing. One retro game, and a pile of CEX fodder. That is it, in terms of like gaming stuff. I picked up a load of other quite cool items, but yeah, they're probably not for this channel. Oh, actually, one other thing. I lied. Let me grab it. This was quite cool. Season's definitely winding down. So it's one of them ones, and I've said this before loads of times. It's quite a big boot, but there's very little in it realistically in terms of the gaming stuff. But what I have got, you know, made two boo-boos. I mentioned them, but everything else it's kind of balanced it all out, if that makes sense. What else? Anything else to note? Seeing Lewis, we'll see Lewis there. It was early today. I said, you're early. No, I said, yeah, because you don't normally turn up to the other side of the field. He was on his own, no Manda. I think she's had enough of the booters. I think she's booted out for the season. I don't think there's anything else to add. I'll talk a little, probably a bit about Blackpool at the end. So we'll rattle through these. I seen a chap again, and I forget his name. He did message me ages ago. He knows who he is anyway, so he said hello to him. We were having a look through some VHS tapes. So yeah, always nice. I forget his name, but he knows who I am. If I tried hard, I could probably find out who it is. Right. So first up, this was quite a weird one because it was laid on her own, and I'm sure I've been past her table. This was early, you know, early doors. Not when it's pitch black, but you know, the sun had come up and stuff, and she was probably like about 5-6 rows in on the first field, and then obviously, you know, the rows build up behind her, and I dropped back a couple, 1 or 2 rows, 3 rows, dropped onto hers, and I've seen on the table was a shoe box, and I've seen the ominous white boxes, and I was like straight over there. It had like quite a few Wii titles. I just basically picked the best ones out. I said, how much are they? She said £2 each. So would you do 3 for a £5? She said yes. It's all CEX fodder, guys. Mario Power Tennis, that's gone down. Because I'm sure last time I bought that a couple of weeks back, I'm sure it's 4 or 5 quid. That's only 3 quid. I say only 3 quid. You know, on its own I probably wouldn't have bought it. This is always a good one to look out for. And it's quite easy to spot from a distance. Is the 2012 Olympic Games in the yellow box. And then the obligatory backstop, backfill, Mario Kart. So yeah, I'd say 3 for a £5. I mean, there's something like 20, I don't know. Mario Kart's 10, I think that's 8, don't know, that's only 3. I'll do a total at the end anyway, because the individual prices don't really matter too much. I have got them written down. Next up was these two here. I missed out on the PlayStation 2 the lady had. I didn't really. To be honest, I weren't overly fussed, because obviously some guy bought the PS2 and then she'd found the games afterwards. So Ryan really kindly sort of called me over. He spotted these little pile of games. Said how much are the games? I'm sure she said £1 each. So these two for £1.50. Just some nice little filler titles. Sonic Heroes, and Seamus hasn't got the manual, but Resident Evil Outbreak File 2. Sonic Heroes is complete. In quite nice condition. Yeah, but I'll see. There might be CEX fodder. It might be. I haven't counted them as CEX fodder. No, I have actually. Have I? Wouldn't be much in it anyway. A couple of quid. This one here. Fucking hell. I don't know what they're a bit rough around the edges, let's say. And I think Lewis, where had I gone? I'd gone back onto the other field. This is right near the end, this one is. I went back onto the other field, and I came back over, and I've seen these people set up, I say, a little bit rough around edges, suitcases just full of shit, DVDs, clothes and shit like that, and they were all a bit grubby, they're all a bit worse for wear. This is even worse for wear. Some had obviously been through the box, but maybe Lewis had picked some out, I don't know, but I dug a little bit deeper, and I've seen this was right at the bottom, and I've never seen it before. I said to Lewis, did you see that before? He goes, no. Fuck all, it's worth 30p or something. I think I only paid 50p for it. I don't think I've got it. I'm not sure if it'll clean up, I don't know. But it's Samurai Warriors Katana, and it's a Koei game. So it's like Dynasty Warriors. Is it Dynasty Warriors? You know, you go charging to the screen like Zelda Hyrule Warrior. Yeah, it's Dynasty Warriors, isn't it? But it is complete. So I don't know. That's got an M on it. So that's no, it's power. It's possibly Australian. Australian, mate. Got the M. I don't fucking know. It's not worth diddly squat. So really a bit rough for wear, but sometimes you've got to take a chance at it. You know, the amount of fucking people I see pulling phones out and checking prices. Fuck me, get on with it, man. Get in, get out. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking pissed about standing there 20 minutes, fucking scanning stuff in. So there's a load of buyers today as well. One of them weird booters where it just felt like there's more buyers than there was stuff. That is what it is. These, I'll come to them last actually, because that's not a bad little buy. Picked this up for a squid, one squid last, the only game he had. So I'll give it a whirl. Again, trading fodder. I think I might have doubled my money, maybe tripled it, I can't remember now. Batman City Game of the Year edition. Arkham City fodder. Lady had that, yeah, so that's just a gentleman's zone. Lady setting up, they've got some Wii games. I thought, oh shit. She only pulled out 3, and it was some fucking party shit in it. And I seen this one, said, oh, how much is Peppa Pig? I think that she said £1.50, so we should do £1. She was like, no, £1.50. I thought, I know this. I think the price has dropped a little bit on old Peppa Pig. She's not the pig she used to be. Bitch. Yeah, these two are the ones I've made a bit of a cock up on. Lady tipped out a bag of games, or second to the pick anyway. I grabbed this one. There's one of these that's worth some money. It transpired it's not this one. This one, she didn't have any change, and I was like, oh, okay, now, because I was convinced this one was worth a bit of money. I grabbed this one just in case. Turns out the one I picked up just in case is actually worth more than the one I wanted. So for £4, I wouldn't normally pay £2 a game, not unless I knew there was something in it. So the one I wanted, I thought was worth something, is Transformers War for Cybertron. That's £1.60. The other game that I paid £2 for is this Punch Time Expulsion or something. And I think that's £3.50 or £3. Yeah, so between the two, I've not lost any money. You know, I'm basically spending £4 at CEX, which isn't ideal, but yeah, I weren't standing there with my phone like a cunt, fucking checking the prices. Forget it. Just can get on with it. But say sometimes I'd have a gander at some games, you know, if they're cheap enough. And I can't remember which one it is. There's definitely one of them Transformers ones. I can't think what it was now. There's something in the back of my mind. You know, sometimes you get that weird idea, and I don't know why. These turned out a really good buy. Quite late in the day, probably second from last row. A couple of ladies, all kids' toys. Don't suppose there's any game stuff in there, is there? You know, Wii, DS, PlayStation. Oh, got some PlayStation. Great. PlayStation 4. Okay, I'll have a look. So she had a little pile, only a little pile. This one jumped. There was another one as well. I'm trying to think what it is. I'm gonna put it back. Not Destiny. Fuck. The Division. Don't know, I haven't checked Division actually. I just literally thought that now. I should have checked it. The Division. Don't know if it's worth anything. Probably no more fucking is. Firm at £3 a game. Would not budge. So at this point I had 2. You do 2 for a £5. No, £3. Okay, fine. So is that, he ain't got any more games. She said, oh, we've got FIFA 18. Sort of, I know 18's the latest one, or thereabouts. So I thought, okay, well, you know, she dug that one out. So I put down the Division. That may have been a mistake. So the 2 that I've got, again, it's £6. Yeah, £6. She weren't budging for £6. So Ronaldo did. I don't fucking know. It's worth a few quid on. Oh, you bastard! Bastard! Ah! It's FIFA 17. Well, go fuck yourself. Anyway, the one that's got the money in it, doesn't matter. It's £12. Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. That's fucking pissed me right off, because FIFA's shit anyhow, I should have known fucking better. It's just because I looked at it, I just seen FIFA. Fucking cunty bollocks bastard. I don't know how much FIFA 18 was worth. I think it might have only been £4 or something, £5 I think. But I knew that Drake's had the money anyway. Fucking hell. The last real bulk of anything. I think this is when I bumped into Lewis. These games, just chatting. I said, "Oh, have you looked at them games over there?" He went, "Yeah, there's nothing there." So I wandered over and I started looking. And he was like, "Oh, pointed at one." And I pointed at two. I said to go out to the game. He said £2 each. So I picked the two I wanted. Picked the one that Lewis wanted. I'd give the guy a £5. I said, "Oh, just don't worry about it, mate." And then later on, Lewis handed it me back, and he went, "Oh, because I gave him a heads up about some PS4 games that I asked a guy about." He sort of said, "Oh, come back later." And they'd done all right on them. And he went, "Look, to be honest, Stu," he goes, you paid for it. You sort of, you know, you were there. He says, "I was just pointing it out to you." So give me it back, which is fair play, man. Appreciate it, Lewis. Didn't have to do that. Although I did pay for it technically. Well, not technically, I did pay for it. Anyway, 360 games. This is where you can get a bit of money back on the 360. Say 3 for £5. Simpsons the game. It is in there. Black Ops 3. And then the one that ended up being worth £9 is Skate 3. So, yeah, so Lewis handed me that back, so that's quite nice of him. Just because I've had £9 credit for nothing. Because that's the kind of guy I am. After that complete, which I thought there were 2 fuck-ups, turned out it's fucking 3 fuck-ups. The pile of shame. Right, so that lot cost me £19.50. So £20, this is round up to £20, right? £20, less the stupid fucking FIFA game. It was £75 credit. So it's probably more like £70. So I made £50 basically. So my £20's turned into, you know, an additional £50. So £70 worth £20. That's not it. What's probably going to boost the coffers. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. I don't know. The previous boost that you've seen, I mentioned I bought. I had a nice little bundle of Wii and DS games from the couple that had a lot of clothes, and just randomly asked them the end of it. And I've seen them there, and obviously recognised them. I sort of said, "Oh, perchance you don't still have your Wii game, your Wii, do you?" I said, like a couple of weeks back, I bought Mario Kart in the box, and I think I was talking to the woman, and the bloke come over and yes, he goes, "We had to take that home anyway because we realised we hadn't wiped it, and when he ejected it, the disc was there." And he very kindly said, "Look, once I've set up, I'll dig it out and I'll give you the disc." And true to his word, he came and found me. I mean, I was lurking around that sort of area, not for him. And yeah, the wonderful boxed Mario Kart I now have the disc. But you know, I mentioned this game before. I don't think this has been, other than the game, the actual internals of this have not been opened ever. Because I kind of skimmed over this because yeah, look, that's still. So it is a really nice example of the big boxed Mario Kart Wii. That. So because I've kind of written it off a little bit, I don't know what to do. Half decent fucking copy, other than a little bit crease at the top there. I mean, I think that, I don't know, I'll see what to do. I mean, it could be another 10, 12 quid on top of the credit. And then the only other gaming thing I bought There's a chap there that Ryan buys a lot of stuff off. He's a bit of a he's a trader, a bit of a dealer. There's a lot of toys, collectibles, that kind of stuff. Does have games every now and then. And it's all nicely bagged up and whatnot. I was asking £3 a pop. There's some Asian lad who got there before me. He bagged Jurassic Park on the Master System, New Super Mario Bros on the DS, something else. Oh, it's Sonic, a little Sonic DS game, and he was stood there for fucking ages, with these 3 fucking games in his hand, trying to haggle the price because he had this guy's mobile phones as well. And like Lewis and Ryan were there because obviously he was like literally the last stall. And I was just like, look, you know, I was going to fucking buy them or not. And I was that far away from saying to him, look, mate, you're buying them. I'm shit you not, he must have been there fucking 10 minutes, stood there, he's holding these games. I had a look through some of the 26 and stuff, the most that I'd got. So I'm loath just to buy it again. And the carts, you know, they weren't smashed up too badly. But for £3, I bought it mainly because it's got instructions. It's a nice copy of Zaxxon. I do have Zaxxon. I don't think my cart is as nice as this, and definitely hasn't got the instructions. So, but for £3, fuck it, I'll grab that. I mean, why not? I'm fucking wasted £3 on fucking FIFA 17, the bastard. But yeah, I got back and checked the price and that, and that's £10 or so. 2600 games, probably more expensive than I realised. I thought like a couple of quid, you know, which is about right. Not supportive of the instructions really, in the hope of one day I may find the box. But that is fucking, as they say in the union business, that's shallot. So not a great deal. We've got other stuff, got some nice sort of retro board games and nice little stereo system, little Raster Blaster thing. Like I said, I don't think anyone's interested in seeing that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not really you know, a carbooter, you know, buying and selling channel really, but I do, because that's how you fund the collection. So I just tend just to show the gaming stuff. So sometimes yeah, it can be a bit sparse, but I mean, 20 quid into 70 quid, that's not bad. I mean, it could be more for say for Chuck that copy of Mario Kart in it, which I'm a bit loath to, because it's a nice condition one. It's probably better than one I've already got. That is it from the booter. Tales of the booter is no more. It is over. So again, gonna sort of mention this last vid and stuff like that each week. I'll be like sort of ramping up, maybe having a little couple of minutes chat. So Blackpool 2018. Oh, pop me here. October 27th to 28th, I believe. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm going up on the Friday with Rob. A load of tubers are going now. A load of proper, real tubers, not these fake fuckers. The real fucking core of the fucking community. So yeah, come along, say hello, don't say hello, have a drink, don't have a fucking drink. I don't give a shit, to be honest. But if you come along, come and say hello, honestly. Nude faces, old school variety face, wish washed. I don't know if I'm sure I mentioned that Lewis might have been coming last week, but Lewis is coming now, it's confirmed. Old school variety face. You've got Gareth from the Man Cave. Mike's already been before. Not sure about Daz and all the rest of that crew. Not sure about the Northern Tubers. Not really asked them actually. Should ask if Big Daddy seeing that and whatnot's coming. Not sure about Jay. Silas Snake. He's got a little pug. I didn't see much of Jay anyway. Jay, where are you, you bastard? Make a video. I'm trying to think who else is new that they said are coming along, and I can't think. I'm trying to think, but nothing happens. And again, I'm not sure. Oh, I think Novabook's coming. So I do have something for Novabook. So I'm glad it's coming, because I can get rid of that then. Not in that way. It's not a bad thing. Well, hopefully it's not. Anyway, he might find a use for it. Not sure about Scott. Scott's Game Asylum. Don't want to call him console snob, but everyone still refers to him. You know what you want about me say that. So I'm not sure about anybody else. So yeah, if you're going to Blackpool, let me know down below, and then on the next vid I can sort of say this is the gathering, this is the people that are going. Get a bit of hype behind it. They reckon it's a retro special. I can't remember who I was speaking to about it. I said no, I think it just means that ordinarily they'd only do one a year. So they did one early in the year. I didn't attend that. It's too close to Christmas, too close after Christmas rather. But but I think it's pretty much the same. I was trying to explain, I can't remember who it was now, it might have been Lewis, I can't remember. I was trying to explain to somebody, and I said it's kind of like a Comic-Con Leicester comic side of it. It is just the game, the arcade machines, and some traders. It's not a market, guys. It's not a market. Don't expect to come to Blackpool and have a fucking hall full of traders. No, you got me, maybe have half a dozen if you're lucky. No fudge, maybe not, I don't know. A lot of swords, a lot of fucking Cocoa Pops. There'll be loads of Cocoa Pops everywhere. Fucking drones as well and shit like that. But don't go there for that, guys. Really, if that's what you're going for, if that's what you're looking for in terms of, you know, buying games, go to a market. Blackpool's really just about the meeting and having a laugh. You know, spending the weekend with your mates. Maybe buying the odd game, maybe playing the odd game. But yeah, it's just about having a crack at it, you know, meeting up with the boys. So yeah, so each week, hopefully if people let me know if they're going or you're not going or you can't be arsed or just tell me to fuck off. Either way, not first. That's me done anyway. I'm stringing this along far too long than it needs to be. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.